Everything started near the settlement of Lyman-Pershie. Russian soldiers prepare to use gas pipelines to infiltrate the rear of Kupiansk. They cut openings, pump out the gas, and move towards Point X on special carts. At the right moment, they cut exit holes and surface. The soldiers try to anchor themselves in houses and apartment buildings, as seen in numerous videos. The AFU responds with counterstrikes. Let's see how it all went down. Subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get started. Here, Russian infantry faces a swift assault by a shock group. Ukrainian soldiers demonstrate military skill at the highest level. The commander points out the direction of the group's movement. The AFU close in on the building in a single rush. First, grenades, then entry into the structure. Every corner, every door, every piece of cover is swept with fire. The result, the enemy is defeated. Russian soldiers continue moving through the private housing sector, but they are already in the sights of Ukrainian reconnaissance drones. The AFU react quickly, dispatching trained groups of Humvees, Bradleys, Leopards, and other Western APCs and tanks to counter such insurgents. A Humvee has come under fire from enemy infantry that has penetrated 5-story buildings and races into the private sector. Russian soldiers manage to damage the APC, and it comes to a stop. AFU troops dismount and take up defensive positions. An enemy drone drops a grenade and destroys the armored personnel carrier. The AFU call for reinforcements. A Bradley rushes in to assist. Let's pause for a moment. In this building are Russian assault troops. The Bradley crew is unaware of this. The Russians fire an ATGM at the rear of the armored vehicle, but they miss. The Bradley arrives at the site and clears the private sector, providing cover for the AFU. The enemy is in these houses. Once the sector is cleared, the Bradley moves on to extract its infantry. They are surrounded by the enemy, approximately here. The Russians observe the operation and coordinate FPV operators. A Russian drone misses. The Bradley evacuates the soldiers. An M117 arrives to extract the remaining group. It withstands enemy fire, picks up the team, and, damaged, returns to base. Russian infantry occupies the houses. At this moment, a second Ukrainian Humvee carrying explosives approaches the 5-story building with the enemy inside. It pulls up to the building and deploys demolition specialists. They drag the charge into the basement and return to the armored vehicle. Russian commanders watch all of this in a state of panic. They transmit alarming messages to their soldiers.
четвертый подъезд, пацаны, в четвертый подъезд, пожалуйста. Быстрее, пожалуйста, в четвертый подъезд все бегите.
Meanwhile, the Humvee leaves the danger zone. The explosives detonate, partially collapsing the building.
Да, там я сказал, все.
AFU assault groups apply pressure on the enemy. Here are the Russian infantry. The AFU move to meet them. Shots are fired. The AFU group makes contact with the enemy. A little more, and they would have fallen into a trap. Ukrainians attempt to hit a building using an RPG, but they strike a tree. A decision is made to check a neighboring house for enemy SRGs and secure the position until the enemy can be pushed back. A soldier checks the corner. All clear. The Russian side responds with heavy fire. For now, the AFU cannot advance here. While one group draws the fire onto itself, the second moves around to the Russian rear. The AFU must remain maximally focused. One of the soldiers spots the enemy and reports it. A third group advances towards the industrial zone. Scattered enemy elements are caught in a pincer. A massive artillery barrage begins. The Russians adjust their fire and try to disrupt the encirclement. At the AFU headquarters, the same work is underway. The commander coordinates the groups and issues orders. One of the groups engages the enemy in close combat. The AFU managed to disable an armored personnel carrier carrying infantry. This is an extremely dangerous area. A Russian soldier can appear from any corner. The decision has been made to check the entire sector and clear it. Turning the corner, an AFU soldier notices movement and opens fire. The Russians attempt to flee. An AFU unit runs into such a group. They open fire. They manage to stop a Russian cargo truck. In the moment, it catches fire. Yes. The unit commander assumes the ammunition has ignited and orders the group to withdraw immediately. After waiting a short time, the group moves forward again. Further along the route, they encounter another truck. It, along with the escort vehicle, are hit with grenade launchers.
Підтягуємося, чисто підтягуємося.
Moving closer, the AFU confirm that the Russians were trying to evacuate part of their equipment from these vehicles. This is how one of the AFU's lightning raids into Kupiansk comes to a close. Make sure to subscribe to the channel